Hello students, in previous video we have started the poem 2.3 The Inchcape Rock. In the previous video we discussed the background of the poem and we discussed first 4 stanzas. Now in today's video lecture we are going to discuss the remaining stanzas. So initially let us start with the first slide, that is stanza number 5. Students, we discussed about the concept of Inchcape Rock. We discussed the person called Aberbrothok, Abbot of Aberbrothok, the person who placed Inchcape bell on the Inchcape Rock, and that bell was a kind of guide to the people, those who used to travel through the sea. Those people used to get indication of the danger of Inchcape Rock because of that bell, and so those people used to bless the abbot of Aberbrothok. Now let us continue with the 5th stanza. Sun in the heaven was shining gay, all things were joyful on that day. The sea birds screamed as they wheeled round, and there was joyance in their sound. Students, there are new words for you. In the first line, the heaven, it stands for the sky. The word heaven indicates the sky. Shining gay, gay means very happily, brightly. Then screamed, shouted or making noise. Then wheel in the sense kind of circular motion or circling. Students, the sun in the heaven was shining gay. On that day, it was very bright, sunny day. Here, the sun was bright in the heaven, in the sense, in the sky, sun was there and it was shining so brightly. All things were joyful on that day. The day was very happy because everywhere there was an energy and freshness was there. Sun was very bright, so everything was joyful. The seabirds screamed as they wheeled round. Seabirds, birds which can be seen nearby the sea, समुद्र पक्षी म्हणतो आपण. Screamed, making noise, sound. They wheel around, making a circular or circles in the sky, flying in a circular direction. And there was joyance in their sound. Those birds, they were also very happy, and they were making happy noise, screaming and making circles in the sky. Students, in this stanza, the poet describes about a beautiful day. The sun was shining gay, means happily, and bright in the sky, that is heaven. Everyone means all the creatures were very happy and joyful. The seabirds were also making loud noises while circling in the sky happily. तो इतका छान स्वच्छ शुभ्र दिवस होता की आकाशामध्ये छान सूर्य तळपत होता. आजूबाजूचं वातावरण छान आनंदी वाटत होतं. आकाशामध्ये समुद्र पक्षी गोलाकार फिरून घिरट्या मारत होते, त्यांचा आनंद व्यक्त करत होते. सो एव्हरीथिंग वॉज अ फॅब्युलस और very happy, everywhere there was happiness in the atmosphere. Now let us move to the sixth stanza. The boy of the Inchcape Bell was seen, a darker speck on the ocean green. Sir Ralph the rover walked his deck, and he fixed his eye on the darker speck. Students, here we have one character introduced first time, that is Sir Ralph the rover. I will talk about that later. Concentrate on the first line. The boy of the Inchcape Bell was seen. We have already gone through the concept of boy, as we know that the Inchcape Bell was tied to the buoy, a floating object on the surface of the sea to mark the danger, that is buoy. So it was looking like a speck. This word is new for you. What is speck? Speck means a tiny dot, a spot, very small spot. After means when looking from a long distance, it looks like a small spot. In the image you can see there is one small spot, circle in the sea. There was a sea pirate. See this person, no? Sir Ralph the rover is a pirate, and his name is Sir Ralph the rover. He walked on the deck. You know, deck is upper part of his ship, you know, surface of the ship. And he fixed his eye, and staring at that tiny dot means the buoy of the Inchcape Bell. He was observing the sea, and at that time he saw there is a spot, that is a buoy, and he had means by his means with his long distance eye or keen observation, he fixed his eye. He started looking constantly towards the buoy, and he started to observe it. Now what happened then? In the image you can see that pirate, you know, that you may have heard the word pirate. Pirate means समुद्र लुटारू, समुद्रामध्ये चोरी करणारे. आता ह्या एकंदरीतच स्टांझामध्ये हे कॅरेक्टर फर्स्ट टाइम इंट्रोड्यूस केलेलं आहे, सर राल्फ द रोवर. काय झालं, तो त्याच्या जहाजामध्ये होता त्याच्या बाकी सहकाऱ्यांसोबत, आणि जहाजामध्ये तुम्ही पाहिलं असेल की सरफेस एक असं प्लॅटफॉर्म असतो त्या बोटीमध्ये, जहाजामध्येच, त्याच्यावर तो असा फेऱ्या मारत होता. आणि त्याच वेळेला तो थोडासा पुढे आला आणि त्यानं निरीक्षण करायला सुरुवात केली. काय निरीक्षण तो करू लागला, किंवा त्याचं दृष्टी त्यानं कुठे स्थिर केली, तर समुद्रामध्ये लांबवर दिसत असणाऱ्या त्या बॉईवरती, त्या इंचकेप बेलला बांधलेल्या त्या बॉईवरती त्यानं त्याची नजर फिक्स केली, की आता तो पाहू लागला. हिअर इट इंडिकेट्स दॅट he started to think something. He had some feelings about that boy. What were those feelings? Let us see in the stanza number 7. Now, he felt the cheering power of spring. It made him whistle. It made him sing. His heart was mirthful to excess. But the rover's mirth was wickedness. This stanza is also important. Ralph the rover, that person who was on that ship, actually he is a rover. Ralph is his name. Ralph, Sir Ralph, his name. And the rover is a kind of profession, means a kind of person. Rover, a person who loved to travel a lot. समुद्रामध्ये नेहमी भटकंती करायला आवडणारा हा माणूस, रोव्हर, द सर राल्फ द रोव्हर. सो ही एक्सपिरियन्स दॅट cheerful or pleasant atmosphere was there. As we discussed in the previous stanza, everywhere there was happiness, birds were happy, sun was shining very brightly. So here, Sir Ralph the Rover was also feeling the cheerful power of spring season, Vasanta Rutu. So he was also happy. He, it made him whistle, it made him sing. And students, when we are happy, what do we do? Yes, we sing a song. We whistle, शिट्टी वाजवणे म्हणतो आपण. So he was also whistling and singing a song as he was happy. His heart was mirthful. Here, as I said, he was very happy. So his heart was also feeling happiness. But the rover's mirth, that happiness, was wickedness. What does that line means? That happiness was not pure happiness. That happiness was not having the good reason. Sir Ralph the Rover, the person who loved to travel a lot, experienced the day was very cheerful and pleasant. He experienced the cheerful atmosphere. He was whistling and singing, as I said. He was feeling very happy in his heart. But that happiness was not pure. It was full of wickedness. Wickedness? He had bad intentions behind that happiness. ते सगळे तो आनंद, त्या ठिकाणचं उल्हासित करणारं वातावरण हे सर राल्फ द रोवरनी पण अनुभवलं. तो पण खूप आनंदी होता, छान मूडमध्ये होता, गाणं गात होता, शिट्टी वाजवत होता, शीळ घालत होता. पण त्याच वेळेला त्याचा जो आनंद होता तो खूप असा ओसंडून वाहत होता त्याच्या चेहऱ्यावरून, त्याच्या वागण्यातून. पण तो आनंद मात्र चांगला नव्हता. मागे त्याच्या आनंदाच्या मागे एक कृतज्ञ भावना होती, एक वाईट इंटेन्शन होतं. What was that bad intention? Let us see in the next stanza. Students, here, his eye was on the Inchcape float. Quoth he, my men, put out the boat and row me to the Inchcape rock, and I will plug the abbot of Aberbrothok. Now see why he was happy and he was singing a song. In this stanza, Sir Ralph the Rover, he fixed his eye on the Inchcape float, that Inchcape buoy, and he ordered his men. Quote he means ordered he. He ordered his servants, his colleagues, his men, people around him. What did he order? He ordered his men to take out the small boat. All of you know that if means people or those travelers, they travel by a big, very huge boat, ship. They carry small boats in their ship. When there will be any kind of emergency, they use those boats. So Sir Ralph the Rover ordered his men to take out the small boat and sail him towards the Inchcape rock, because he wanted to plug. To plug means cause pain or to trouble. Plug here in the sense, the word means cause pain or trouble, एखाद्याला त्रास देणं. So he wanted to trouble, or he wanted to give pain to abbot of Aberbrothok. How? This shows his evil or bad intention. He did not like the noble work of abbot of Aberbrothok. All of you know that the abbot of Aberbrothok placed Inchcape bell on the Inchcape rock to save lives. But here, this person, this Ralph the Rover, he wanted to do something with that bell, because he ordered his men to take him to the Inchcape rock, and he says, I want to plug the abbot of Aberbrothok. So how he wanted to harm the bell? See, in the next stanza, the boat is lowered, the boatman row. Excuse me, please. Before going to discuss ninth stanza, let me briefly summarize the previous stanza in Marathi. हा सर राल्फ द रोवर असतो, तो त्याच्या माणसांना ऑर्डर करतो की मला तुम्ही ती बोट खाली उतरवा आणि चला माझ्यासोबत, मला तिकडे त्या इंचकेप रॉकजवळ जायचं आहे. तिथे तो त्याचं म्हणणं एक्सप्लेन नाही करत. ही जस्ट से आय वॉन्ट टू प्लग द ॲबॉट ऑफ ॲबरब्रोथॉक. म्हणजेच काय की त्या ॲबरब्रोथॉकचं, ह्या ॲबॉटचं ॲबॉट ऑफ ॲबरब्रोथॉकचं मला संपूर्ण त्याला त्रास द्यायचा आहे, त्याला पेन द्यायचं, त्याला डिस्टर्ब करायचं, त्याला ही वॉन्ट टू हार्म हिम, त्याला नुकसान पोहोचवायचं आहे. ते कशा प्रकारे हे मात्र तो पुढच्या स्टांजामध्ये आपल्याला कळेल. नाव लेट अस मूव टू द नेक्स्ट स्टांजा, नाइन्थ स्टांजा. द बोट इज लोवर्ड अँड बोटमन रो and to the Inchcape rock they go. Sir Ralph bent over from the boat and he cut the bell from the Inchcape. Now here Inchcape boat, it's very simple kind of stanza. He, along with his men, he went to that Inchcape rock where there was Inchcape rock. He bent over, तिथे गेला त्या ठिकाणी तो, त्या शिपमध्ये बसून, जहाजात छोट्या बसून त्या नावेत. आणि तिथे गेल्यावर त्यानं खाली वाकला थोडासा, त्याच्याकडचा सुरा काढला त्यानं लांबच्या लांब होता तो. अँड ही कट द बेल फ्रॉम द इंचकेप. त्या इंचकेपपासून ते त्या रॉकला जवळ त्यांनी जे बॉई होतं, त्या बॉईला जी अटॅच केलेली, दोरीनं अटॅच केलेली बेल होती, ती त्यानं खाली वाकून कट केली. In this image you can see he cut the rope of that Inchcape bell. Now down sunk the bell with a gurgling sound. The bubbles rose and burst around. Quote Sir Ralph, the next who comes to the rock won't bless the abbot of Aberbrothok. See how evil and bad intention he had. As soon as the evil Ralph cuts the rope, the bell sank down in the ocean deep by creating gurgling, bubbling sound. Due to this, the bubbles appeared on the surface and they burst also. After finishing this wicked job of cutting the bell, Ralph announced that now the people who will visit this Inchcape rock would not bless the abbot of Aberbrothok anymore. It means that the sailors who will not hear the wearing of or warning of the sound of the bell, they will crash their ship and lose their lives at the Inchcape rock. So they would not be able to bless abbot. आता बेलच नसेल, बेल कट केल्यामुळे जेव्हा जेव्हा आता तिथे त्या ठिकाणी एखादं मोठं जहाज येईल, पण आता बेल नसल्यामुळे त्यांना कुठल्याही प्रकारची वॉर्निंग, इंटिमेशन मिळणार नाहीत आणि त्याच्यामुळे मग आपोआपच त्यांचा ॲक्सिडेंट होईल आणि ते कुठल्याही प्रकारे त्या ॲबॉट ऑफ ॲबरब्रोथॉकला ब्लेसिंग्स देऊ शकणार नाहीत. अँड दे विल नॉट ब्लेस द ॲबॉट ऑफ ॲबरब्रोथॉक. So you can see how crooked or how wicked the person was. Now in the next stanza, Sir Ralph the rower sailed away. By cutting that bell, he went away with his ship. He scoured the seas for many days. Scoured, he traveled, pirates, he traveled freely the sea for many days, and now grown rich with plundered store. He steers his course for Scotland's shore. There are new words for you. Um, see, let me explain the stanza. After cutting the rope of the bell, Ralph the rover sailed away from that place. As a pirate, he traveled freely. Scroud means he traveled very freely. Wherever he wanted to go in the sea, he traveled and robbed other ships for many years. Robbed means um, चोरी करणे, लुटणे. त्याचं काम काय होतं? पायरट्सचा अर्थ काय होतो की समुद्रामध्ये लुटमार करणारे लोक. हा सर राल्फ द रोवर पण असाच होता, पायरट होता तो. त्याच्यामुळे त्या समुद्रामध्ये खूप भरपूर फिरला तो, फिरत राहिला. त्या समुद्रामध्ये येणाऱ्या इतर जहाजांना तो लुटत राहिला, त्यांच्याकडची संपत्ती त्यानं लुटली. अँड रॉब्ड अदर शिप्स फॉर मेनी इयर्स, सो ही बिकेम व्हेरी रिच ड्यू टू दॅट बिग अमाऊंट ऑफ लुटेड वेल्थ. प्लंडर्स स्टोअर, लुटमार करून जे काही सोनं नाणं किमती वस्तू त्यानं गोळा केल्या त्याला म्हटलंय प्लंडर्ड स्टोअर. सो ही वॉज रिच विथ हिज प्लंडर्ड स्टोअर. लुटमार करून जे त्यानं सोनं नाणं साठवलं त्यामुळे तो खूप श्रीमंत झाला. ही स्टिअर्स हिज कोर्स फॉर स्कॉटलंड शोअर. देन फायनली ही ऑर्डर्ड हिज सेलर्स to direct his ship towards Scotland's shore. He ordered his people, let us go to the Scotland's shore now. If you remember that Inchcape Rock is just 16 to 18 kilometers away from the seashore. हा सर राल्फ द रोवर जेव्हा समुद्रामधून प्रवासाला निघाला स्कॉटलंडमधून, तेव्हा समुद्रकिनाऱ्यापासून काहीच अंतरावरती असणाऱ्या इंचकेप रॉकपाशी आला होता आणि त्याने ते बेल कट केले आणि तो पुढे निघाला. पुढे निघून तो तर पूर्ण समुद्रभर फिरला, लुटमार केली, पैसा जमा केला आणि आता तो परतीच्या प्रवासावरती आहे. ही ऑर्डर्ड हिज मेन टू गो बॅक अँड नाव ही इज रिटर्निंग बॅक. आता तो पुन्हा स्कॉटलंडकडे निघाला आहे, स्कॉटलंडच्या किनाऱ्याकडे निघालेला आहे. सो ही स्टिअर्स हिज कोर्स फॉर Scotland shore. Now let us go to the next stanza. So thick has azure spread the sky, they cannot see the sun on high. The wind hath blown a gale all day, at evening it hath died away. Again here are new words. Has a cloudy appearance causing lack of transparency. When in the sky you cannot see the sky or the atmosphere around you, that is called as haze. A thin mist, fog म्हणूयात आपण त्याला, धुकं म्हणूयात त्याला, किंवा अंधारून येणं म्हणतो आपण त्याला. ओके. Has spreads spread around, all over the sky. पूर्ण आकाशभर तो सगळा धुसरपणा, अंधुकपणा पसरला होता. So they could not see the sun rays as it was very blur atmosphere or haze around the sky. In the sky they could not see the sky and they could not see sun rays also. The wind was blowing strongly. The wind hath blown was blowing strongly. Gale, very strong wind, very strongly, like the storm throughout the day. But now at evening time it was silent. So evening it hath died away. That atmosphere now it was very calm and quiet. There was no wind. For the whole day there was a strong wind, storm throughout the day it was there, but now it was evening time and there was no wind. It was now calm and quiet. अख्खा दिवसभर खूप जोरजोराचा वारा वाहिला, स्टॉर्म, वादळ आलं, आकाश खूप असं धुसर झालं, वातावरण सगळं. पण आता संध्याकाळची वेळ आहे आणि आता बऱ्यापैकी सगळं शांत झालेलं आहे. सो व्हॉट हॅपन नाव? On the deck, the rover takes his stand. So dark it is, they see no land. Quoth the Sir Ralph, I will lighter soon, it will lighter soon, for there is the dawn of the rising moon. Now, Sir Ralph the rover was standing on his deck, and they could not see the sign of land due to that darkness. Everywhere there was darkness, no? So they could not see the land. Even though Sir Ralph assured his men, his colleagues, not to worry about this situation, he also said that everything will be clear to them once the moon arrives in the sky. It was evening time, no, night time now. So he assured his people, other people, that don't worry, now in the sky there will be a moon, and so there will be a moonlight and we will be able to see the land. लवकरच आपण आता किनाऱ्यावर पोहोचूयात. जरी आता अंधार असेल तरी हरकत नाही, थोड्या वेळानं आकाशामध्ये चंद्र येईल आणि चंद्रप्रकाशामध्ये आपण जमीन किंवा समुद्रकिनारा पाहू शकू आणि पोहोचू लवकरच. सो ॲट लाईक दिस वे ही ट्राईड टू कन्सोल हिज मॅन. नाउ व्हॉट हॅपन नेक्स्ट? Canst hear, said one, the breakers roar, for methinks we should be near the shore. Now, where we are, I cannot tell, but I wish we could hear the Inchcape bell. Students, here in this stanza number 14, again one problem occurred. One very huge problematic situation occurred. What happened? One of the seamen, one of his colleague or person around him, he cried out of anxiety, tension, worry. What did he say? He said that canst hear, I cannot hear. That he was not able to hear, he could not make the position of coastland as well as the ship. He could not see the seashore, as the waves recede into a mute conspiracy. He laments the fact there is no Inchcape bell to help ease their fear and warn them of nearing rocky coast. So what? For men thinks we should be near the shore. He says that I cannot see the seashore, I cannot hear anything. On that, Sir Ralph the rower, what did he say? Now where we are, I cannot tell, but I wish we could hear the Inchcape bell. Again, another person along with him, he feels very bad, he feels very apologized, and he said that, oh, if there was an Inchcape bell, it could give us warning, but now there is no Inchcape bell, so I cannot hear the Inchcape bell. So I wish we could hear the Inchcape bell. Now see, they hear no sound, the swell is strong. Swelling, swelling, फुगवटा. पहिल्या स्टांजामध्ये काय झालं तर हियर इन 14th स्टांजा एक त्याचा जो सोबतदार होता किंवा सोबती होता, तो काय म्हटला माणूस की मला कुठेही आता समुद्रकिनारा दिसत नाही किंवा बाकीचा कुठला आवाज पण कळत नाही, कुठे चाललोय आपण, काय करतोय आपण. त्याच्यामुळे आम्ही काहीच सांगू शकत नाही आता की आपल्याला कुठे जायचं आहे पुढे, कारण पूर्ण अंधार आहे आणि इंचकेप बेलचा पण आवाज येत नाही आहे. मला खूप वाईट वाटते की इंचकेप बेलचा आवाज आता येणार नाही आहे आणि इंचकेप बेल आपल्याला वॉर्निंग नाही देणार आहे. सो आय एम क्वाईट वरीड ॲक्च्युली. तो माणूस जो होता त्याच्याबरोबरचा तो म्हणाला. मग आता what happened? They hear no sound, the swell is strong. Though the wind hath fallen, they drift along. So, meanwhile, the sea got more violent. There are no alarm bells ringing, and the wind also drops to the standstill. The boat is now in the grip of waves as it drifts with them. Drifts म्हणजे काय काय झालं ॲक्च्युली आता की समुद्र आहे खूप खवळलेला आहे, लाटा पण आहेत आणि त्या मोठ्या लाटांसोबत स्वेल म्हणजे काय फुगवटा, लाटांचा मोठा फुगवटा, उंचच्या उंच लाटांचा फुगवटा आणि त्या लाटांसोबत ते शिप पण आता जहाज पण आता खालीवर व्हायला लागले जोराजोरात. आणि आता सर राल्फ दी रोवर किंवा बाकीचे जे कोणी आहेत त्यांच्या हातामध्ये आता काहीच राहिलेलं नाही आहे. त्यांचा त्या जहाजावरचा ताबा आता पूर्ण सुटलेला आहे, कारण ते जहाज आता त्या मोठ्या मोठ्या लाटांच्या सोबत हेलकावे खूप जोराजोरात हेलकावे घ्यायला लागलेले आहे. आणि त्याच्याबरोबरच टिल द व्हेसल स्ट्राईक्स विथ अ शिवरिंग शॉक. म्हणजे काय की एक मोठा शिवरिंग शॉक म्हणजे काय खूप अंगावर शहारे आणणारा हादरा म्हणूयात त्याला आपण. सो एक मोठा जोरदार धक्का. ओ क्राइस्ट, इट इज द इंचकेप रॉक. So actually their boat was at the Inchcape Rock. The boat struck to the Inchcape Rock and that person on a big scream, with the big scream, he shouted that, oh, it is the Inchcape Rock. Sir Ralph the rower tore his hair. He cursed himself in his despair. The waves rush in on every side. The ship is sinking beneath the tide. What happened? Everybody see. The Ralph the rower tore his head. You can see in the image. He felt very sorry whatever he did in the past. त्याला खूप मोठा पश्चाताप झाला आणि त्याने डोक्याला हात लावला आणि ही कर्स्ड हिमसेल्फ स्वतःला दोष पण दिला. कशासाठी? इन हिज डिस्पेअर, त्याच्या स्वतःच्या नाशामध्ये विनाश आता घडणार आहे, ते जहाज आता बुडणार आहे, त्याचा अंत त्याला दिसायला लागला आहे आणि अशा वेळेला तो स्वतःला दोषी मानतोय. द वेव्ज रश इन ऑन एव्हरी साईड. सगळ्या बाजूंनी जहाजाच्या आता लाटा येऊ लागलेल्या आहेत त्या शिपमध्ये, त्या जहाजामध्ये. द शिप इज सिंकिंग म्हणजे काय? बुडणे. द शिप इज सिंकिंग बिनीथ द टाईड म्हणजे ती बहुतेक भरतीची वेळ असावी. समुद्राला भरती आलेली आहे, पाणी वाढलेलं आहे खूप, समुद्र खवळलेला आहे आणि अशा वेळेला ते पाणी सगळं जहाजामध्ये शिरल्यामुळे ते जहाज आता बुडतंय आणि आता बुडायलाच लागलेलं आहे. द शिप इज सिंकिंग बिनीथ द टाईड. नाऊ लास्ट स्टांझा. बट इवन इन हिज डाईंग फिअर, now as the ship is sinking, Sir Ralph the rower, he is dying now, and even in dying fear, he has a fear in his mind. Just imagine, no, now he is going to die and he can see his death in front of him. So in his dying fear, he has a great fear that now I am going to die. One dreadful sound could the rower hear. The Ralph the rower heard the sound. What kind of sound? A sound as if with the Inchcape bell. The devil below was ringing his knell. Actually, in past, Ralph the rower cut the bell. At that time, he was feeling so happy to cut the bell because he wanted, means he had a bad, evil intention. But now the devil at the bottom had the bell in his hand and was ringing the death knell. It was the final sound of Rover's fateful demise. It was deathly music of revenge, a song of poetic justice. Here is the revenge taken by the nature. When you will do something bad, definitely bad will happen with you. This is the poem. So actually, what goes around comes around. It's the rule of science, rule of nature. What goes around comes around. Whatever you will do, you will face the same thing in your life. Some themes in the poem. Actually, the poem is really very beautiful, dramatic, uh, having a great moral. What moral do we get from the poem? Reap what you sow. Whatever uh, you will uh, what kind of behavior you will have now in present, obviously in future you will get its returns. Tit for tat also. What would he now do for the money he looted, because he will not be able to utilize that money. Now he has no life. Sir Ralph the Rover, he collected number of things, large amount of money, wealth and all that. But now, as his intention was bad, he has to face the death. Doing wrong in life will never help in leading a happy life. One might witness momentary happiness, but at the end of the day, he will not be satisfied, because no one can find happiness by snatching अवे द हॅपीनेस ऑफ अदर्स. दुसऱ्यांचा आनंद हिरावून घेऊन आपण स्वतः कधीच आनंदी होत नाही. दिस इज द मॉरल ऑफ द पोएम. स्टुडंट्स, नाव लेट अस वी स्टॉप हियर. Tomorrow's lecture we are going to discuss the poetic devices as well as the assignment, how to solve the assignment. Thank you very much.